Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and surprise, welcome to my blind reaction to episode 11 of The Ghost and Molly McGee. So, yeah, with Cobra Kai ending, I knew this was going to replace it. It's just the timing worked out really perfectly. And I decided that instead of like waiting a week and like putting it off like to where it's like, oh, I have it recorded but I'm going to wait for a week to put it up. No, I'm just going to get it up right away. So you're getting an extra thing today. You're getting both Cobra Kai and this. And Ghost and Molly McGee will resume from here on out. So yeah, we last left off with a really great holiday episode and everything. And we've been waiting. I didn't have to wait as long as some others, of course, because I didn't get to the series right away. But it's still good to be back because, as I've stated plenty of times in the past, this is a comfort show to me. It's just really comforting. It's really nice. It's really lovely. I just enjoy it. Not every episode is a hit. There have been an episode or two where it's just like, wasn't a fan of it. But I have rewatched the episodes with a reactor. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to get to more. I'm so happy we're back with this, and yeah, hopefully we just get more awesome content with all of our favorite characters, especially Libby, because Libby deserves everything. Yeah, I don't know what to expect with this at all. I don't know anything about this. I'm getting to this before I can really even get spoiled. So yeah, I don't know what to expect from this episode. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited. And Owl House resumes next month as well, so that's going to be coming. That's exciting too, so yeah, just a lot to be excited about lately. So yeah, let's just get on with this and hope for the best. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades black and fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So I looked up Alana Ubach, the voice of the ghost lady. And apparently, like, there's a few things I've seen her in that I've seen, or heard her in, I guess, her voice, that I've seen, but I wouldn't really recognize her from. But there are a few things that I would recognize her from. Most notably, she was Mama Imelda in Coco, Disney's Coco. I definitely remember her for that. Scrolling down. Where did it go? She was Lola Boa in Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, which I grew up watching. That was one of the recurring notable characters. And more recently, she was apparently the characters Wheels and Boom Boom in 4 episodes of Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. And I want to kind of look that up because I'm not sure who those characters are. Let me see. Okay, Wheels is one of the skunks. Who's Boom Boom? And Boom Boom is a hummingbird, okay. So she played 2 of, like, the animal gangs, 2 of the people from the animal gangs, basically. The mute gangs. This was a very good episode back. it was very enjoyable. Again, brings on the comforting aspect of this show and just the likability of it all. But also, it still felt like a really exciting episode in a lot of ways too. The first half, we focus on this ghost of a figure skater who apparently every 4 years comes back to Brighton to skate on the lake. However, her skating ends up causing an ice storm, which, is pretty bad. It even causes people to panic buy and just completely clear off the shelves in the store. And it's like, we know what you're doing there. Like, people do that, at least here in America, as I said in the reaction. And not just for like winter storms and all, even though that actually happened very recently. We had a winter storm where it's like, yeah, people were doing this. But it's even happened for like the entire COVID situation. Like when that first started, the panic buying was just completely out of control, especially in regards to stuff like toilet paper. It was insane how much just like everything was being panic bought ahead of time, and I get it, I do, but it's like, jeez. But it's like, yeah, they knew what they were doing. But apparently this legend of this curse had sprung up around this entire situation, steeped in kind of like this real history and all, so which is pretty interesting. So they confront the ghost of the lady and basically decide to host their own little skating demonstration. It's not like they call it like their own world games, which is, it's just the Olympics, let's be honest. But at the same time, it's like, it's really just them performing for Molly's family. Like, no one else is there. So she ends up performing alongside Pete, Molly's father, who we find out used to be a figure skater himself when he was a teenager. And a pretty damn good one too, apparently. Which I love that. I love that not only are we getting more depth and development on these characters, but you're also getting something that, unfortunately and kind of stupidly, is very often stereotyped as being quote unquote girly, and yet we're getting it for a male character. Because let's be honest, there are a lot of guys in figure skating just as much as there are girls. Like, it's actually really common. Yet for some reason, at least here in the States, it is a huge stereotype that figure skating is a girly thing. It's like, I've never understood that. It's just like, where did that idea come from, considering, again, a good amount of figure skaters are guys? And it's like, just what? But it's like, it's still cool to see nonetheless that they're just ignoring those stereotypes completely with this show, and just having Pete like be like, oh yeah, no, I did that. I was a figure skater. I'm willing to continue to do it again and everything. And it's like, cool, nice. Great development and some just fun little stuff added in. But the lady realizes that she really just kind of lost her spark when she had her accident and everything, when she was alive. And that's what was really keeping her restless and everything for so long. Finding that spark again through skating with Pete, even if they messed up in the end, mostly Pete. But finding that spark again helped her just reignite her love for skating and allowed her to pass on. And it's just like, it's a really nice moment where it's like, unlike other situations where we've had to deal with spirits and everything in the world, like that one lumberjack guy who took all the credit for his sister and everything, and then of course the tow ghost lady, I don't remember their names, I apologize. But it's like every time it's like they're restless spirits in a way, but at the same time they're not like put to rest. The tow ghost was basically tricked into leaving, And the lumberjack basically just had his sister called on him, and she just kind of like metaphorically grabbed his ear and pulled him away, you know? I guess the Togos was kind of satiated, but it's not quite the same when it's, you know, again, they tricked her. But here it's like full on. Pete helped her realize why she was restless and allowed her to find that peace, allowing her to pass on. And it's like, that's very sweet. That's very sweet and nice and wholesome, and I love it. And then we had our second episode, which did not go with the lesson I thought it was going to at all. But I actually kind of like where it went better than what I was thinking. So there ends up being a snow day in Brighton and pretty much every town around them, due to this just winter storm that had come through. Molly is super excited for this because she wants to go outside and spend the snow day, you know, in and among the snow, doing snow stuff. You know, typical kid idea, but all of her family, Scratch, Libby, they all want to spend time inside doing Hygge, which is this tradition. I don't remember where she said it was from, but it's this tradition, basically snuggling up under pillows, having hot cocoa, basically just being comfy and warm inside with each other. Which is like, yeah, that's like a tradition that I feel like anybody can get behind. And Molly is super insistent on wanting to go outside, though, even to the point where she's trying to coerce everyone into siding with her so that they have a majority vote and everything. Eventually, when she realizes she's just not going to convince them, she goes out on her own and kind of goes crazy. Like, the expressions are amazing. I've talked about it before, saying it again. I adore dynamic facial expressions in animation. And this series, like, it's shown before now plenty of times throughout the episodes, but it's showing it again here. They love going ham on those expressions. Like, I feel like the people animating this probably have the same love for dynamic expressions that I do, and that's probably why they put so much effort into creating them for Molly and the other characters in this. This episode just like completely went ham on it, and I love it. But you see her going crazy to the point where she's like playing, quote unquote, with a snow version of both Libby and Scratch, because she's so obsessed with this idea, and she just wants her friends to be there with her, and that's fair. And in the end, she realizes that she's not having as much fun as she would want because her friends aren't there with her. And the lesson that we get from Scratch inhabiting the snow version of himself is that sometimes you need to just let your friends take control. That you can't always be the boss. You can't always choose what you and your friends do. Sometimes you have to let them do so. Sometimes you have to allow them to take control, even if it's something that you wouldn't normally pick, something that you wouldn't normally want. You have to just relinquish that. And that's okay. Because sometimes you will get to have the control over that. But you have to split that. A good, positive, healthy friendship will have it so that both parties, or more, depending on how many friends there are, all parties involved have a say at times in what they do. I think that's a great lesson. And like I said, though, it wasn't where I thought it was going. I thought it was going to where it was going to have to be like a compromise, where it's like, okay, we're going to go outside for a couple hours here, spend a little time outside, and then we'll go back in and spend the rest of the time doing the Hygge. Like, that's where I thought it was probably going to go. But it didn't, and it's like, and again, I kind of like where it actually went better. So yeah, this was a very fun, good episode, to just bring us back into things. nothing like super amazing, I guess, happened. Nothing like that really stands out. It's, but then again, this, even though there was a little bit of a hiatus, it is also following up the holiday episode, which was so monumentally phenomenal. Especially the Hanukkah portion of it, with Libby and everything. It's like you kind of have to take a break from the really amazing stuff and just do something that's just nice. Because it's like if you do too much amazing like back to back to back, it's just it can sometimes feel like a lot and sometimes too much. And especially like midway through the season like this. If it's like near the end of the season, that's one thing, but midway through a season like this, it's like you gotta chill out a little bit sometimes. Um, you can't give us too much too quickly. You gotta have some buffer episodes in there to just calm us down, relax us, get us back on track, and ready for the next big, exceptionally heavy shit that happens. Thinking about Owl House there. um, but yeah, I'm still excited for what more this season has to bring. Season 2 is already greenlit, so that's already confirmed to happen at some point. But I don't know if it's actually been stated how many episodes season 1's going to be, because I couldn't find anything saying that. Um, I just like have seen how many episodes are already announced, but that doesn't really say anything. So that's just based on like, oh, this number of episodes has had their titles revealed already by leaks or whatever. So it's like that doesn't really tell us anything as to how many episodes are going to be total. But either way, I am very excited. I very much love this show, and I'm glad to be back. So yeah, we will be getting to these obviously every week. This is our new Tuesday slot. And I definitely can't wait to see what more this show has in store for us as we continue on. So tell me in the comments below, what did you think of the mind is blank. What did you think of the episode of Ghost and Molly McGee? Are you as excited to be back as I am? Let me know down below. And in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.